Family, if women are hoes, then who are men sleeping with? I need somebody to explain something to me because if women are supposedly hoes for sleeping with multiple people, then what exactly are the men? And see, I bring this teaching. I wanted to do this teaching because one, I love psychology and sociology and the study of why people do and cultures do what they do. But I remember seeing a picture of Kim Kardashian with a bunch of men that she may have been either married to or in relationship with, and then a lot of men were saying she's a hoe, and I found that quite interesting because it's a celebration when men have a lot of body counts, but when a woman does, she's a hoe. And then even had me digging deeper. Well, then men usually don't wait till they're married to have sex. And if it is a badge of honor for a man to have a lot of women, then who the hell are these men sleeping with? Okay. So then, because my thing is this, unless women are sleeping with ghosts, somebody's math is not mathing, right? Unless these men are sleeping with aliens, the math is not mathing. And I've noticed something online, especially lately. A lot of men, and yes, specifically a lot of you black men online, constantly shame women for their sexual histories, although you're the main ones who want to have sex. What is it? We can't have it both ways. You call women damaged, used up, ran through. She's a hoe, saying women lose value if they've had multiple partners. But somehow, in some way, men participating in the exact same behavior, you're congratulated. We see that even unfortunately when a woman has had a sexual abuse done to her, we're angry as hell at the man who did it to her. But when a young boy gets sexually assaulted, then, well, especially if it was a woman, oh man, she was a woman. You 9 years old, it's all right. And he's still just as traumatized. So somewhere, somehow, we gotta tap into what's going on. So let's talk about the double standard and who created it. All right. The sexual double standard did not just magically appear, family. Historically, many societies judged male and female sexuality very different. Men were often praised for their dominance, their conquest, their be able to produce children, where women were judged through purity and virginity and obedience and sexual restraint. And why is that? Who came up with that? And don't put it on God. Who did that? Do you think a God who is equal and just set certain rules for women but not men? It's okay for the man to be a whore, but the woman has to be so chaste and innocent to her wedding night. And then after her wedding night, you expect her to be a hoe? And I don't even like using the word hoe. I get angry when I hear men call a woman a hoe. Just because when a woman is single, she's supposed to date around. And see, men, when you all do this, what you're causing is for women you date to lie to you. And that's the thing anyway. We are master liars. You all are sloppy liars. So you're already putting a woman down if she's had more than, I don't know how many women. I don't even know what's an acceptable number. Let's say more than 4, more than 5. So you ask her, well, how many? First of all, I tell women never tell a man that. It's none of his damn business. To this day, my husband, I mean, I'm open with him. I'm like, dude, if you want to know my body count, I can tell you. I mean, it's been so long, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He's like, I don't care. You were single. When I was single, we lived. It doesn't matter. As long as you can pass HIV test or a sexually transmitted disease test, who gives a damn? But anyway, I digress. So, because historically men wanted certainty about paternity, and this is why the double standard happened. Before DNA testing existed, okay, controlling a woman's sexuality became tied to an inheritance or family bloodlines or property and male control. So women's bodies became heavily policed. Then, of course, religion reinforced it, culture reinforced it, and society reinforced it. And generations later, people still repeat those beliefs without questioning where they came from. So let's talk about how Black women have always been judged differently, because Black women have historically existed in a strange contradiction. Why do I say that? Well, Black women have been sexualized while simultaneously being shamed sexually. For example, during slavery, black women were often portrayed as naturally lustful and immoral to justify exploitation. So that's why Master Johnny had to sneak out of the big house and go to the slave quarters because slave Lucci, where'd I get that name from? I'll use my name. Slave Angela was portrayed. I was so lustful and immoral and I just needed it. Hell no. That stereotype never fully disappeared. Even today, people constantly sexualize Black women's bodies. Our lips, mine are natural. I mean, hey, what can you say? If you didn't believe there was a God, look at my lips. Next, our hips, our curves, our attitude, our confidence. Let's talk about that for a minute because it's so funny. Whenever a Latina has an attitude or Cardi B get online and do what she do, then, oh, she's fiery. Black women could do the same thing. You're aggressive. You're angry. You see that? Black women have had big asses from the beginning of time, but it wasn't celebrated until a white woman, Kim Kardashian, started walking around town with it. And then everybody started plumping up their booties. When I was growing up, these lips, I got teased so much about my lips, I didn't give a damn because I knew they were beautiful. But now the day goes by that white women particularly compliment my lips. And they're not trying to be crass or nothing. I know my lips are beautiful. You can't tell me no different. Ever. Next. But when the moment a woman openly owns her sexuality, suddenly she's degraded. And I hate that. And what's wild to me is society expects women to somehow be sexually skilled. See, this is where I'm saying it's a confusion. You're confusing us women. You telling us if we have had a sexual partner that we are whores, but yet when you marry us or in relationship with us, you expect us to be able to hang from the chandeliers and know every trick in the book. Any fool knows that you don't get good at something unless you experience it. And I'm not telling you to get out there and just and sleep around. That's not what I'm saying. But the point is, you men are expecting two different things. You want your woman to not have no body count, but then once she's with you, she got to know how to do it. You sound stupid. And what's wild to me is society expects women to somehow be sexually skilled while also pretending to have no sexual experience. And I blame a lot of that on the church because I really believe it's the responsibility of the church to stop just pressing. You just got to save yourself for marriage. You women need to save yourself for marriage. Also explain the beauty of your body, your sensuality, your sexuality, your femininity. So, your sex drive doesn't just turn off while you're single and on when you're married. Quite frankly, it's the very opposite, it seems like sometimes, especially after having children as women. You might be on fire before you have children and married, but then after you get married and have kids, our sex drives change sometimes. When you go through menopause, things can change. So how exactly does this work? Everybody wants a sexually confident woman until they realize confidence usually comes with a life experience. I'm going to stop right here. This is part one. Click for part two. I love you. And listen, it's not a damn thing you can do about the love I have for you. Now, listen, Auntie Angela may get on you all, both men and women. I don't need you leaving nothing in my comments trying to tell me off because I'm a 55-year-old grown-ass Black woman and I'm here to teach, educate, motivate, and encourage and inspire. And if I don't do any of those for you, feel free to never watch me again. Got it? Okay, love you, baby. Bye. Let's get to part two.